Live from the JL Ranch. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. But as I've gotten out and opened the gate, I don't see Rita. And I'm kind of worried. I see Roman, and he's in the barn, and I don't see Rita for anything. And I'm thinking, oh no, where's Rita? This is making me a little bit nervous. I'm sitting here watching before I drive up. Roman, where's Rita? Where's Rita? Roman can hear me. He's looking at me. Oh, there's Rita. Okay. Oh gosh, that scared me so bad. Rita! Sweetie! I'm coming to love you, sweetie! She's watching me. Oh, I was so nervous. I could not see Rita for anything, but I see her now. I left my tractor parked right there underneath the Coliseum last night. And boy, I guess Rita was behind it. All right, let's drive on up. Sorry I got the shakes this morning. It's very windy. You guys come on up with me. I was nervous. I did not want to scare you all, but I was also scared for myself, and I was scared for Rita. But Merry Christmas, friends. Merry Christmas. I hope that you're all planning a really wonderful Christmas Eve for you or your families. And if you are by yourself, oh no, Lordy. Here we go. There's Rita. I'll tell you what, I was nervous. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to scare you all, but I couldn't see her. I parked the truck. I got out. I opened the gate. I saw Roman underneath the Coliseum, but I could not see Rita. And then once I started whistling, finally Rita kind of walks up from behind the tractor. I think she might be eating green hay off of the Argo. Now here are my 3 remaining gladiators. And I do have plans to take and move Waylon, maybe even Trinity. Possibly we can even get little Loretta and Patsy up here in the front and just keep those calves off of the back pasture. That will give Waylon more of a purpose with his own, you might say, his mini herd. Oh boy, looky here. Oh my goodness gracious. Look, y'all. Look it. I love this. Rita, stop kicking at him. Oh gosh, y'all. That Rita is something else. Hey, baby, are you being sweet? Are you being so sweet with Roman? Hi, babies. I've come to visit you guys. And I also bring snacks and delicious food. Look at Rita, keeping him away from me. Rita, he wants to love Daddy and let him love me. Rita, he wants to love me and I will love him. Well, I'm happy to see that Roman still... Rita, be a sweet girl. Rita, sweetie, let me love him. Hey, Rome, how's it going with her? How's she treating you, sir? You still have all your teeth? You still have all your teeth. Okay, guys, good news. Roman still has all of his teeth. That's wonderful news that Roman still has all of his teeth are intact. Yay, Rome. Rita, can you be a sweetie? I want you to be sweet with Rome. Y'all have to learn to get along because he's a very wonderful man. He's a wonderful man. Do not kick at him. Oh, boy. She turns her behind around. And look out, Rome. I would not get so close behind her. We all know that she's prone to kicking and biting. Rita, I'm going to drive on up, y'all. Guys, she is a spitfire. You're correct. Whoever said that. Let me back up and find that name. Jessica? Jessica says Spitfire Rita, and she is a Spitfire. Not this handsome devil, though. He's loving him some Rita. Let's drive up, y'all. I have to unload some feed, get a couple of things done. It is Christmas Eve, and we're so blessed to have you guys today. I hope I turned all of my settings off. Y'all give me a second. I need to make sure that I've turned everything off so we're not going to be disturbed. Because you know how some people are, some busybodies. And then my seatbelt is unbuckled, so you may hear a chime here in a couple of seconds or so. Don't worry about that. There it comes. I told you. So for you all who've been wondering, if you have not been keeping up, yes, we moved Rita over yesterday, and we went live. It was a wonderful, just a absolutely wonderful union of bringing Rita and Rome together. They did great. It was, I mean, for anyone who knows horses, you saw that it was just a really wonderful, wonderful moment. There's Sadie underneath the gooseneck trailer. I did not bring her a snack, darn it, but I will feed her something. I have to spread this sand out here before the rains come today. I'm going to do that today, right now. But I'll show you what I did yesterday. Of course, I make videos of everything, but I need to also unload some feed. So I got quite a few things to do. But before I get all that going, I'll be more than happy to walk you guys around and show you everything. Hi, sweetie. Hi, baby girl. How's everything going? How's the ranch, sweetie? Is everything going so good? Oh, I love you so much. I love this girl so very much. Let's get her a bite to eat because she's probably hungry. Now, don't forget, we leave dry food out for her. So she's never, ever without food. Oh, well, she's eating every bite. Sweet baby, ate every bite of your dry food, didn't you? You ate every bite of this. Let me fill it up for you. And then Roman's like, hey, what time do we eat? Roman, I'm going to feed y'all next. I will say that this morning, I reached out to Mr. Rick, and I says, Rick, I have a concern about the amount of food that Roman needs compared to the amount of food that Rita needs. Because obviously Roman needs a whole lot more than Rita does. And as of right now, we don't have individual stalls where I can separate them, you know, to feed Rita and then feed Roman his amount. Oh, sweet baby. Oh, she's just a good girl. Yes, you are a sweet girl. So since we don't have an individual place to separate them, I just don't want to end up overfeeding Rita. Y'all give me a moment. All right. Oh, here. Let's do a couple of these. Hey, oh boy, you love these, don't you? You love these things. Oh boy, here we go. Here you go, eat one of those. And then I'll give you another one. Since she's a big girl and one's not enough, she needs two. She needs two of those. Hi to hello, friends. I'm going to close this back. Now let me give her a little snacky here too. All right. I got some dental sticks here too, sweetie, when you're ready. Okay. All right, these are empty. I'll put these in the trash. I'm coming, Rome. Yeah, don't worry. Jamie and I, we watch these guys on our camera all darn night, y'all. We watch them on our cameras all night. They were getting along so good. I did not notice any of that riffraff coming around. I'm coming to feed you, Rita. Give me a few minutes, sweetie. But no, I did reach out to Mr. Rick. I've not heard back from him yet. So I don't know what he's going to say. Now, you guys are more than welcome to tell me what you all think. And that's fine. But my dilemma is how much, you know, because you have to put enough out for Rome, but you don't want Rita to eat too much because it could, you know, give her colic and other issues, but he needs more. And so, guys, I'm not reading any comments right now, but you're welcome to comment. but I think that you can all understand my dilemma. I think that you can at least understand my dilemma. And so it is a dilemma. Until I get them some kind of a stall system built, I want to make sure Roman gets enough, but Rita does not overeat. And then I'll tell you what I told Mr. Rick, that normally I've been feeding Roman 2 of those green buckets a day. And I've been giving him 6 flakes of green hay per day. So you imagine how much weight that is in feed, grains, and hay. Of course, we leave dry hay. Dry hay is out all the time. Now, Rita, on the contrary, only gets 1 flake in the morning, 1 flake in the afternoon, and I would say just about that much grain. Of course, dry hay is always available. So the fact that there's so much more feed and green hay in that pasture, my worry is, can that adversely affect Rita? Which we don't want that. Let me get my jacket on. It's cold. It's not freezing cold, but it is cold-ish. Y'all give me 1 moment, please. We will work our way out there, I promise. We will work our way out there, guys. Give me a moment. That got to go to the dry cleaners. Give me 1 second, please. Okay. Now let's go pour up some feed. Hi to hello, friends. Hi to hello. Thank y'all for joining me. I got me a new jacket from Jamie last night. And then I got her a couple of jackets. So we kind of had a jacket exchange for our Christmases to each other. Make stalls to feed in. Yes, I'm going to make stalls to feed in, but I've not made those stalls yet. I will make stalls to feed in, but I have not made those stalls yet. All righty. All right, you guys walk out with me, huh? We're coming, sweetie. We're coming, sweet Rita. I will also say that this has become the most dangerous part of my day, walking into this pasture with both Rita and Roman. And as you can probably imagine, it's not Roman that I'm worried about. It's Rita, who gets all up in my beeswax and wants to start getting all fiery, all feisty. You guys are so hungry? Oh boy. Rita, you're a sweet little thing, baby. Look at the difference in these two. They're like Beauty and the Beast. Rita, stop being so... Rita, please, baby, please. Let me in. Y'all, look at all the dirt that I spread yesterday. I spread me a lot of dirt yesterday. Okay, Daddy's coming in. You have to let me in here, okay? Rita, please. Roman, do not turn your butt around to me. We are not going to do all of that. We're going to have us a bite to eat, okay? Yo, I'm fine. Rita, no, back. Back, ma'am. Oh, Lordy. Roman, you need to settle your butt down. Rita, settle your butt down to back. See what I'm telling y'all? No. Rita, no. Golly gee, everybody. Heck. No, back. You're going to get me hurt. You're going to get Daddy hurt. Golly gee! I take suggestion. Hey, easy. Golly! Please help me, somebody. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. I will take suggestions from anybody. Here, easy, easy. I don't mean to laugh, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, okay? Come here, Rita. Yours is over here. Rita, over here, sweetie. Rita, come on. Come here, sweetie. I love the fact that Roman does not take any mess from anybody. And all of you horse people will agree. This might be what Rita... Look, right here. There's yours, baby. Okay. Oh, my God. I love her, and I love him. But I like, hey, I told you all. I says the most dangerous part of my day now involves coming into this pasture. Hey, if you want to be mean, then by all means, be mean. But if you can't find a way to be constructive mean, you're not going to be on this page, okay? I am not a horse guy. I am not a horse guy. I have made a ton of mistakes. And there's a lot of people who can give me great advice because I'm actually asking for advice. But if you're going to start screaming and shouting, then moderators, don't ask me. Just remove them. Remove them. Because you have to learn, in the world that we live in, friends, you have to learn how to talk to people. You have to learn how to talk to people. So we're on social media, yes. And so we're open to criticism. We live in a glass house. But you will find a way to be respectful in saying that I'm an idiot without just saying, Lester, you're an idiot. Thank you, Miss Keisha. Already 3 people are gone. Hey, I don't like seeing Roman have to kick. I don't like seeing Rita kick. But I also know that there was going to be a balance of power. And if there's something that I can do, then I'm open to your ideas. I am open to your ideas because I do not want to be caught in that crossfire. Neither one of these guys are after me. They're trying to establish themselves. Oh, wow. I'm happy y'all saw that, though. So y'all know I don't just make stuff up. And then I'm also going to let you know that neither one are starving. I fed them late last night. Late last night. We had a family Christmas, and Lester drove over and fed them late last night. And so I'm getting here, what time is it? 10 o'clock this morning. So I would have liked to have been here earlier, but I am waking up with Lex. And so sometimes life happens. So they're getting fed a little bit later than normal. But anywho, I love the fact that Roman stood his ground. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I'll tell you what, Rita has run roughshod over everybody long enough. She has. She has run roughshod over every horse, every donkey, for as long as we've had her. She has run roughshod over us, the humans. And so to finally have somebody, Rome, to say, I love you, and I will love you forever, but you are not going to run around kicking me, because I can kick back. I don't want them to fight, sir. I don't want y'all to fight. So what I'm going to do now is go get their green hay. Okay, they need their green hay. I usually put that in the back of the Argo here. This makes a wonderful trough. This here goes to the cows. I've just not dropped it off yet. Horses don't need a dewormer block like that. We put their dewormer in their mouths in a, you know how we deworm the horses. Oh, so check it out. You see how I spread all the sand yesterday? I spread as far as I could that way. I spread all of this over here out really good. And I spread as far as I could that way with the loads that we were able to buy yesterday. And then I also had one load dumped over here because, as you can see, there's a whole lot of ruts. And there are some deep ruts. So I wanted to go ahead and get one load over there. I'll start spreading from the ruts, and I'll pull it back this way towards me. So that is what I did yesterday. This camera was offline last night, and I don't know why. Jamie thinks maybe it got dirty. It needs to be reset. I'll do all of that momentarily, okay? All right, let's go ahead and go grab some green hay. And then, boy, I can't wait to read some comments. I see them flying by. And, guys, just know that we're trying. I will say one thing. I'll go ahead and tell you all this. I think that moving Rita over here was a wonderful move. And as of now, I don't see anything negative about the move. It has given Roman quite the purpose. It has given Rita a purpose. And it's given Rita, a voice that she has to listen to. That doesn't come out right. I'm going to tell you all something. Let me grab my side-by-side and get the green hay. And I'm going to tell you all something. And what I'm going to tell you might offend a few people. But listen, Rita and Roman, the R&R romance, from Roman's perspective, it makes me feel a little bit sad for him. Because have you guys ever known somebody, a man, who ends up doing something very foolish and maybe divorcing his wife, who he's been married to for 20 years, and ends up running off with a much, much younger woman who everyone knows is way too young for him? Guys, I may need 2 hands to do this. I thought I was better than what I actually am. Sorry, give me a moment, please. I'm just gonna put my phone down right here while I open this gate. Okay, so you've seen these men that end up running off with a much, much younger woman. A woman who is obviously way, and I mean way too young for them. Now, this man, guys, he's already gotten accustomed to a lifestyle of, maybe playing bingo once a week, watching the news, and then going to bed by 9 o'clock at night. Yet whenever he starts dating this younger woman, she ends up making him, or not making him, but convincing him to meet her for drinks at 4. And then after drinks, he'll go to the theater at 8. And then after the theater, they maybe will hit the club at 11. And at first, this man thinks, wow, I'm really living. I am really living. But it does not take long for that same man to realize that he's living way above his means. He's living way above his means because he's no longer the kind of guy that can go from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 5 to 6 to 7 to all the drinks and all the parties and all the hanging out. And he's like, damn, I sure didn't like the life I had before, where my life was so much simpler and I had a woman, who was okay with all of those things of me going to bed at 9, 10 o'clock at night and everything else. And he finds himself in a bad situation, having to pretend to be able to keep up with a lot younger woman. And so I sometimes feel like that's what's going on right here with these two. I feel like Roman wants to try to impress Rita. He wants to try to keep up with Rita. But Roman's like, dude, I'm like an older man. I'm like an older man. I don't want to have to keep up with that young filly. And he doesn't. He does not want to have to try to keep up with this young filly and Rita. Hold on, sweetie. And I bet you that Roman's like, damn, my life was a little bit easier before. It was actually quite a bit easier before. Brake reverse. I'm trying not to get myself all dirty because I have other things to do today. Darn it, this is not working out the way I hoped it would have. All my hay's coming apart on me. Oh my gosh, Lester Eugene, put the phone down and just do it. Put the phone down and just do your job, Lester. All right, there we go. So that's kind of the way that I feel for poor Roman. Like, him out here with these gladiators was so easy, so darn easy. And now he has Rita to keep up with. And she's really making his life complicated. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put my glasses on and read some comments. If there's something you've been wanting to say to me, something you wanted to ask me, now's a good time to do it. I have my glasses on. Lester, you are a good life lesson storyteller. Well, thank you, Elizabeth. You are helping to get me through a really tough and lonely day. My son has not come to see me for almost 4 years. I miss him desperately. Elizabeth Wilson, sweet lady, I am so very sorry for that. You know, I will say this, and I say it with all. I love my son, my oldest son, L.E., but you guys may not have been around for those few years whenever L.E. became very distant from me and the family. He found himself running with a group of people. I don't want to call it a cult, but I'll tell you what, if I've ever seen anything that was cult-ish or cult-like, it was this group of people who all in the name of the Jesus and of God convinced him that a lot of us were not right and that there's a higher purpose he needs to be serving, and he became very distant from his family. And so I know, ma'am, now it wasn't quite 4 years of him being distant, but it was a while, and he didn't have much to do with me or his mom. And so I don't know about this particular situation with your son, but I will say that I can promise you, out of the folks who are watching the video right now, you are not alone in your feelings that you have of feeling like your children have isolated you or maybe even abandoned you, because I think that kids do that. But I'm blessed enough to know that at some point, all of the things that I had taught L.E. or done with L.E. through his earlier years finally came back around, and he began to realize what he had in his mom and his dad and his family. And he's, you know, I feel like he's on a really good path now with Megan and everything. So I do, in a way, know the isolation and I just call it abandonment. So, ma'am, thank you so much for sharing that piece of your story. And I do hope there's people who will reach out to you and kind of can talk to you in the comments maybe and tell you their stories, because you're not alone. And if it makes you feel any better, sometimes it feels better to know that we're not alone in our agony. So, Kathy carries on. She says, my daughter disowned our family and withholds her children. I miss them. I love them all, and yet still making the holidays bright and merry for me. Yes, Miss Kathy. And that works both ways. I've told this story a few times before, and it's not a fun part of my history or my past, But after Hurricane Harvey, I felt very abandoned by my family. It got to the point to where I know the wind is really blowing through here. I'm trying to put my jacket up to keep the wind off the phone. But it got so bad. Let me just go sit inside the tractor, everybody. I'll just sit inside the John Deere, if y'all are okay with that. And you know what we can do? We can even crank it up if y'all want to and put the fan blowing on us. But there were several years that went by that I was quite distant from my family, and I felt quite betrayed because Hurricane Harvey took so much from everybody, but it took more from some than it did from others. And some were able to bounce back and get back home and get back into a home. And I felt like the entire family was all back home and watching their football games and enjoying their Sunday dinners. And I'm still sitting over there sleeping in the heat, being eaten up at night from mosquitoes. I had rash down my entire side because I was sleeping in a bed that was pushed up alongside insulation. There was no money. At that point, FEMA had not gotten around to do or help anybody. And I remember I would lay there at night and just felt so very alone. And I have told this story so many times that it was actually strangers on Facebook who had found that video, who reached out to me to offer me words of encouragement and support. And there were weeks upon weeks that I wouldn't hear a word from any family members. And that took a toll on me. It took a toll on me that I still to this day sometimes have a hard time getting past. And then I'll go ahead and add one piece of that story. Do you know that I have not been to a family event? Thanksgiving was the first family event that I had gone to since Hurricane Harvey. And tonight, going to the Morrow Family Christmas will be the second event that I've been to since Hurricane Harvey. And it's because there's just so much deep animosity, things that were created. And listen, I'm not trying to turn you all against anybody. I love my dad. I love my mom. I love my brothers and sisters, and I never stopped loving them through any of this. But it just goes to show you that sometimes when people's life is good, they just don't focus on those around them that are not doing so well. As a matter of fact, they try to they try not to think about it. It's like out of sight, out of mind. And there I was struggling, trying to do what I could, go to work, take care of my kids. No money whatsoever, no money. And everyone else was back to living life like normal. And I have never really been able to let that go. And, my sister Tina tells a very similar story when she went through breast cancer, and she thought that the family would all come and support her and just, hold her and build her up and do all that she needed. And in reality, it wasn't the way she thought at all. As a matter of fact, there were people that refused to acknowledge the fact that she had cancer. And so she's having to find rides back and forth to the hospital for her chemo treatments and everything else. And she felt very isolated. So no matter what, and no matter how much you love the family, just know that there's no perfect family, y'all. We have our issues. And so I'm so very sorry for you, for how you feel. Somebody says, if your family thought you needed them, they would have asked. No, we all live in a very, we all live there on the same property together. So it's not hard to see the struggles that one member of the family has. Listen, I'm not going to bring all that up. I know that you don't know me from the next guy, so you don't know the story, but I do. And it's a part of my story, a part of my journey that I've struggled to get over and overcome. So I want you to continue to love my family members. I don't want you to think differently about my dad or my mom or my brothers or my sisters, but just know that we're a whole lot more alike. For those who've gone through similar situations, we are a whole lot more alike than what you may realize. I think sometimes people can go to a channel and they look around and say, oh, hold on a minute. They got a couple of properties. They got a bunch of animals. They got machinery. They got, this and that. And you assume that we are very, very different. But when it comes right down to it, I think that there's more things that bond us that are similar than what you would probably realize. There's a lot more hurts. There's a lot more scars. There's a lot more pain. There's a lot more PTSD. There's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more lonely. There's a whole lot more isolation. I tell you all the time that by me going live gives me someone to talk to. And I'm not trying to feel sorry for myself, not at all. I know that we're very blessed, very, very blessed. But I know that me going live gives me an outlet, gives me a voice, gives me a chance to be heard. Whereas on any given day, you don't always feel like you have a voice and no one hears you. And then sometimes those who laugh the loudest are the ones that are hurting the most on the inside. Don't ever forget that, friends. And if that's not more evident from the number of people who we've all loved, celebrities who we just love to death, who have decided to end their life because they were just, All right, glasses going back on. Glasses going back on. Miss Billy Penny says she's sending a hug to all those who are hurting and feeling lonely. You are enough and you are loved. Miss Billy, that's beautiful. Thank you for saying that. And guys, I'm not trying to skip any comments. I had taken my glasses off to talk. Holidays are hard for people. And I agree with that, Miss Cheryl. Holidays are hard. Holidays may be, looky here, now they're going to their green hay. I love the way that Roman is not intimidated by Rita. He's going wherever he wants to go, whatever he wants to do. He'll go to his food trough. He'll go to her food trough. He'll go to the green hay. He's going wherever he wants to go. So that's wonderful. Holidays are hard, friends, especially if you're by yourself or if you are, maybe isolated or away from your family for, hard feelings. And, yeah, I don't know if this is what y'all want to talk about right now. Miss Barbara says, Miss Christine says, you should hurry and build the stalls as a priority for your safety during feeding. Yeah, it is quite dangerous. What I thought about doing was getting some of those troughs that hang on the fence, and I could drop a little bit of feed along the fence, and then drop a little bit more feed along the fence over here. Let both Roman and Rita start eating out of those fence troughs, those fence feeders, and then I could walk in probably and drop feed into their big troughs without having them, run up around me like that. Gary says that I'm purposely stirring the pot talking about my family. No, Gary, what I said exactly, and you hear my words, is I want you to love my family. But what I want you to understand is that just like your family, no one's perfect. And whereas Lester has made a lot of mistakes in his life, and there's probably been times that I've not been as observant so has Lester also felt abandoned in his life from family members, those who he thought would be there when he needed them the most. And Lester's also been abandoned by his church family, who he thought would be there when he needed them the most. So Gary, I think that you're stirring the pot. I think that, Gary, you're the kind of guy who wants to see family drama and family arguments. And like I said, Gary, I'm the one who has, for the first time in 7 years, begun to try to make amends and try to make things right and try to overlook things and let things go. But you don't know the hurt and the hardships, sir. And I will also admit and say that I feel like it's good to talk about things so people don't feel alone. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to catch comments. They're moving by pretty fast. But listen, the main reason of the live was just to come here and talk about Roman and Rita and let you guys know how proud I was of Roman for standing his ground and for the life lessons that Rita's learning in all of this. I think that most horse people would also agree that this is good for Rita. And but it is quite dangerous for me. Quite dangerous for me. Friends, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to go ahead and take my tractor and spread out that other bit of sand over there before the rains come this afternoon. But I'll let you know that I do feel like their pastures are as dry as we're going to be able to get them. The sand will help the water seep right on through and not build up and not turn to mud, hopefully. And Roman and Rita are doing wonderful. So I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas Eve. We will be over at the Morrows tonight, so at some point I will go live and I'll be doing that deal or no deal with my mom and dad. Let's hope that my mom can win more than just $1 this year. My mom deserves more than $1. I felt bad last night that Lex only won $5. But don't worry, I did get Lex a few other things. He got him a big basketball goal that I put up for he and Ellie to play together. And I also got him, he wanted a safe, his own safe, like a lockbox for his room. So I got him a lockbox for his room with a little keypad, a little push pad. He can unlock it, which is something that he wanted. I don't know why, God forbid, why would my son want himself a lockbox in his room? I don't know. But I got him one. And he also got a musical punching machine, the one that Jamie got for me for some event. I got one for Lex. So he's going to have a good Christmas, even though he only won $5 from Deal or No Deal. So, all right, friends. Well, Lester is going to sign out. I love you so very much. I'm blessed to have you. And you guys have a wonderful Christmas Eve. And we will see you guys again today. I can promise you that. All right? Thank you all for watching. And we love you guys. And thank you for listening as I vent.